Okay, so TechDiscs. I managed to recently get my hands on 3 different TechDiscs. When I first went to buy a TechDisc, I bought the distance driver. I thought if I want to get my nose angle right for distance drives, I should probably get a driver because my hand will probably fit around the same as it will some other 12-speed drivers. And then I can get my nose angle right with the driver and make sure it's right with my distance drivers. So today I kind of want to test that theory. I have 3 different molds here, and we're gonna do some experiments and see if the nose angle changes depending on what mold you use. So let's break down the molds. The first one is the mid-range. It is a Buzz. Pretty sure they're all in ESP plastics. They feel pretty good. The Buzz is pretty flat. It's kind of gummy. Feels pretty good in the hand. You can go to the store and try all 3 of these molds before you buy a TechDisc to see which one feels the best in your hand. The Buzz kind of has a flat sidewall that's pretty deep. Feels kind of putter-like. It's pretty good for a power grip because it has so much room on the inside. It's deep. Whereas for a fan grip, for me, I like to pinch my pointer and thumb finger. It's a bit deep for that. I can do it, but it just feels a little off. The fairway driver is an Undertaker. It's a 9-speed. This one to me feels the best in my hand. It has a much thinner rim. It feels really good on fan grip. You can power grip it. It's a little thin. You can fit your fingers just right, but it doesn't have quite as much real estate as the Buzz or the Force. Same kind of plastic. It's nice and gummy, flexible, feels good. And then the 12-speed is a Force. It's a little domey, a little bit of a pop top. It's nice and gummy as well. It's got a big sidewall, kind of similar to the Buzz. And for me, the sidewall kind of feels like it wants to hold your fingers in almost. The Buzz has a similar feel to that for me. So the experiment I did was, I threw 15 throws each, and I did it in 2 sessions for 2 different days. So 15 throws the first day, 15 throws the second day. I dropped the outliers, the 5 outliers, and then I took 10 from the first day and 10 from the second day and made a 20-throw set to determine kind of what the metrics were for each disc. I use my stock hyzer shot. I use a modified fan for everything, and my stock hyzer is very consistent normally. I can usually get it within a few degrees nose. Hyzer speeds right there the same every time. So I did them in different orders each day as well. The first day I did Undertaker, Force, Buzz. So the second day I did Buzz, Force, Undertaker, just to account for any like getting tired, stuff like that. I did take about a 20-minute break between each session. Yeah, so let's look at the stats.
Editor Clint here. I figured you guys could use a little extra time on the stats page anyways. I just wanted to caveat this with when I was doing testing, I did include 2 or 3 spike hyzers and 2 or 3 flat shots with each set. So that's why you're going to see maxes around 30 and minimums around 10. I wanted to just get the whole gamut of throws to try to see if that did anything with the nose angle.
So the stats are pretty freaking similar, okay? My speed was close with all of them. Like I said, this is like a 85% power stock hyzer for me. My hyzer was within like 2 degrees on all of them. My speed was within a mile per hour. Yeah, the nose was a little different. So for me, the Buzz felt the worst, right? Like I said, it's a little deep for my modified fan that I like to use. I like thinner mid-ranges. So initially I thought this was the one that felt the worst, and it turned out that this one had the worst nose angle. By kind of a lot. Like, it was noticeable to me when I was throwing it that I felt like I had less control over this disc. I couldn't quite get the nose down as much as I would like to, and it kind of felt like it was almost sticking in my hand and not coming out super clean. So I could kind of tell that the nose angle was changing even without looking at the stats, just by how the throw felt. For the Undertaker, this one felt amazing. When I first held it, I was like, this disc feels really good. I will like throwing this disc. I feel like I can control it really well with my grip, and it's kind of thin enough where it comes out of my hand very clean. And you can kind of see that a little bit in the spin stats. It looks like it had, 50-ish on average more spin than the other discs. It just felt like it was coming out with the right snap. And I felt like this is the disc that I would want to throw if I had to choose from these three. The Force, I'm used to this one. It's the first one I had, and it still couldn't quite keep up with the Undertaker. Like I said, it's a little deeper, and to me, the Force is not quite as comfortable as something like a Destroyer, and I could kind of feel that it doesn't stick in the hand, but it doesn't just come out super clean like the Undertaker does for me. So the nose angle is just slightly worse, but it was noticeable. I like throwing the Undertaker the most, by far. So my thoughts, I like the Undertaker, then the Force, then the Buzz, but I mean, it's going to be personal preference. I think you want to go to the store, you want to try each of these molds, and you want to pick the one that feels the best for you. Not only is it going to come out the most clean when you throw, but for me, when I throw a disc that doesn't quite fit in my hand perfectly, it causes more friction on my fingers. And if you're going to be doing hundreds of throws with these, trying to work on your drive, get your speed up, get your nose angle right, get your launch angle right, that little bit of comfortability is going to make a big difference. So if you think the Buzz feels the best in your hand, I don't think you should worry about whether it's a mid-range or a fairway or a distance driver. I think you should get the one that feels the best in your hand. The metrics are close enough that I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference, right? Like for me, I aim for a -2-degree nose angle anyways to give myself the most leeway. 2 degrees lower or 2 degrees higher, those are all good throws for me. Whereas if I aim for -4, 6 degrees under is going to turn lots of things over when you're throwing like 70 miles an hour. So my opinion is pick the mold that feels the best in your hand. If you like kind of a deep dish feel, the Buzz is the disc you want. If you like kind of in the middle, deep enough, but still like driver-like, the Force is going to be the one you want. And if you like MVP discs or thin discs or like gateway mids, they're really thin and they come out really clean, you're going to like the Undertaker the most. That's my opinion. So if you're debating on which one to get, go try them. Go to the store, try each one in your hand. They feel just like their respective molds. So see which one you like the most. So I've been using a TechDisc for a few months now. Actually, maybe 3 or 4 months now. I've only been playing for about 9 months, and I feel like the TechDisc has been pretty important in getting my throw as good as it has gotten. So consistency is key, and being able to use a TechDisc and just dial that nose angle down with certain launch angles, dial your hyzer degrees down while keeping your speed the same. So you can do like 20 throw sets, once or twice a week, where you just really try to get 20 focused, good throws. And that translates to the course so well because it just becomes muscle memory. And okay, I'm just throwing my stock hyzer. I know it's going to be on 2 degrees nose down. I know it's going to be on 20 degrees of hyzer. And I'm used to that throw. I've done it a million times. So for this YouTube channel, my gateway allotment is coming soon. I'm going to be posting some reviews. I think I'm going to do single disc at a time. So I'll do a review for one disc and then a review for the next disc. But if you'd like to see more of like a putter lineup, mid lineup, fairway lineup, distance driver lineup, please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions about the differences in the tech discs, let me know. Shout out to Gateway and shout out to TechDisc. I have an affiliate link in the comments. So if this video helped you or made you want to buy a TechDisc, feel free to use that affiliate link. I get like a small kickback from it, and that would be awesome.